Hi, this is Adventures with Jay Videos at Montaña de Oro State Park, Islay Creek Campground. So I'm at the Shell station in Buellton. This is going to be night 5 of a 5-night trip. I will link my previous videos below. We are heading to Montaña de Oro State Park, and first we're going to get gas and then some groceries. Oh, that's it. Okay, I picked up some ice, some firewood, mints, Jiffy Pop, banana chips, regular chips, and chocolate. Ooh. We are at Pismo Beach. I stopped at a park so I could use the restroom. It's actually kind of cool here. 66 degrees Fahrenheit. So there was a spider that was coming from the ceiling and it was going towards Flynn's head. So I took my thermocell box and I smashed it up that way. And you can see the smudges here. That was a close call. I went into Dick's Sporting Goods to pick up a sweater for tonight.
Destination is on your left. Islay Creek Campground.
Okay, looking for number 37. 50? What? Okay, here we are, site 37. Okay, Flynn wants to get out and explore. Hang on, little guy. What is this? Interesting. It's like a tiny bear box, maybe? I don't know. Here's our fire pit with a grill. Excellent. And we have a fence right behind us. Montaña de Oro, Mountain of Gold. So usually at the California state parks, they don't let you in until exactly 2 o'clock. So I made sure to get here at exactly 2, but there was nowhere to check in. You just pull up to your spot and there was a tag hanging on my sign with my name on it. So I actually thought that coming out here for my 5th night, I was going to be too exhausted to enjoy myself, and I was worried about that. I almost didn't take a video, but the weather here is nice and cool. It's supposed to be in the mid-60s, I guess, and that's the high weather, and then the low is in the mid-50s. I have my own little area here, and I've put up my canopy, so I feel like I have some privacy. We have some vault toilets right across the street from us, but even when I went inside of one of them, there wasn't a bad smell. So the weather is cool, plus they seem to have been cleaned recently. Later, I will make the fire and do a little bit of cooking over the fire tonight. I do have the hot dogs that I'd like to try, and I think I'll cook them here tonight. I'll give it a go. I've been so lazy the last couple nights. The first 2 nights I was at Lake Cachuma, I had really no food with me because I thought I was going to get food at their little store, but they didn't have much food there. So I was able to go to Albertsons after Lake Cachuma, and so I had decent food with me when I was in Buellton staying in the Airstream. So I feel like I caught up on decent food and decent sleep, and I just feel so much better. Well, what I thought was a nice grassy area is actually these plants that look like wheat, and the dry ones tend to get stuck in Flynn's fur, so I'm gonna have to check his paws often. Oh, there's actually some water here. Good to know. So tonight I'm going to start my fire a little early because I want to cook dinner on it. I didn't bring my frying pan, but I'm going to use the grill to make some hot dogs, and I have some tortillas, so here we go. All right, got a couple of fire starters going and a bunch of trash. Some of which was already here at the site. Flynn is taking a nap inside the minivan. It's 71.4 degrees Fahrenheit inside the van, 64 degrees outside. Once I'm sure the fire's going, I have to lift this up and put it on top. And I'm using this to grill on. Ew. Huh. Oh, it's very dusty. I guess when you burn it off, it's clean. I don't know. I guess I should have put this on before I started the fire, huh? Ooh, there we go. I've actually never used a grill like this. I don't usually use public grills. Okay, want some hot dogs? Yes. Tortillas? Yes. Cheese? I think so. So my mom suggested that I do this Jiffy Pop over the campfire. It says it should take about 4 to 7 minutes over medium heat. We'll see how this goes. Oh, hang on. I see steam coming out the middle. I can hear stuff. Oh. Oh, it's going. Okay. We're popping. Okay, let's see see how this... Oh, there we go. I don't want to put my hand too close to it because of the steam. There we go. Look at that. That doesn't look too bad. Okay. It worked. Mom, you were right. Doesn't this campsite look like I'm just sitting in my backyard? This is good. It was the butter flavor. Hey, I did pretty well with the campfire tonight. I cooked hot dogs, quesadillas, popcorn too. This evening is the end of a 5-night camping trip that I did. It started out at Lake Cachuma, and I stayed there for 2 nights. And I was supposed to go to Portola Redwoods, but I canceled that because in hindsight, I realized now I wasn't feeling great. Oh, I'm sitting in smoke. In hindsight, I realized I wasn't feeling great and I needed some rest. I needed a clean place to freshen myself up and also to take care of Flynn. I noticed his eyes were kind of dusty and irritated at Lake Cachuma, so I was able to do his eye wash a couple of times. I felt better after we were both cleaned up. It did end up costing me more money because I lost part of my reservation fee for Portola Redwoods, and then I had to pay for the Airstream in Buellton. But I think it turned out the way it was supposed to. I needed a break. I needed a place to go where I could take a shower and clean up. So I'm happy with the way it turned out. The links for the 2 trips to Lake Cachuma and Buellton will be in the description below. Popcorn mouth. Underneath that light lives a bug that I just captured. I wasn't able to get it on camera because I couldn't find my phone at the time, but there was a huge bug that looked like a mosquito, and it was on the ceiling of the minivan, so I took that little light and I captured it, and I wasn't sure what to do with it, so I slipped that brochure underneath. Well, it's the end of another day of camping. I haven't really shown you a lot of Montaña de Oro, so I'm hoping to show you the beach tomorrow morning before I leave. This is a really nice state park. The campground is peaceful. There was one party that was playing music, but not too loud, and then they did quiet down about 9 o'clock. So it's really quiet out there right now. It's a cute campground. The spaces aren't huge, but the scenery is pretty and it's just really peaceful. The air feels really nice and clean. We're near the ocean, so it's cool, and so that has been really nice. A big difference from camping at the desert. Here it's not quite so dry, but with that, I'm finding some different insects, and I noticed that on this trip as a whole, including Lake Cachuma and Buellton, Flynn and I have gotten bitten a few times, and so we're using more bug repellents and things like that. Tonight went well. I really enjoyed how I was able to cook some things on the campfire. That was fun. I like how the temperature was nice and cool, and when Flynn wanted to get in the minivan and get to bed early, didn't have to worry about him being too hot. I didn't like the bugs trying to follow us into the minivan, but you know, there are pros and cons of every type of camping. But I did have a really nice time. And even though when I post this trip, it's going to be spread out over a few weeks, this is the 5th night in a row of camping. Lake Cachuma was just a couple of nights ago. So I'm looking forward to getting home tomorrow. With this being my birthday month, this was my big trip for myself. You know, just a nice week with Flynn, some camping, some glamping. 5 nights in a row of being out. It's tiring. I am looking forward to being home. I thought I was ready to do a really long trip, but I realized it's a lot harder than I thought. Good night, Flynn. Okay, this is the big reveal. I think I caught a bug in here last night, and it was inside the minivan with us all night. Let's see if it's in here. Oh, there it is. Can you see it right there? Where it says River RV. What kind of bug is that? Just to give you an idea of the temperature right now. If that's not coming up on the screen, it's 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Flynn's ready to go home and he did not want to get out of the minivan, so I'm just gonna walk down here and show you. Oh, there we go. So this was just right outside my campground. So pretty. This is a great place to camp in the summer. It's nice and cool. The beach is right here. Really peaceful, quiet campground. Clean vault toilets for a change. I highly recommend it.